Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
Good morning, everyone. We are having a really early breakfast. It's about 7:30-ish, because we are going to be joining a tour. And it's a tour of Stonehenge, Avebury, Bath, and Lacock. I think that's how you pronounce it. So before we join our tour, because there's no breakfast included, we're gonna fill ourselves up first. The tour is by Viator and the meetup place is around Kensington. So I'm having my porridge, my cappuccino at Cafe Chuck's, and the meeting place for our tour is actually right across the street. So we thought we'd park ourselves somewhere really close by so we can watch the action, whether or not we should start boarding. After having breakfast, now we are gonna walk across the street and go to that patisserie place.
What is that, waffle cracker?
Wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me, doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart.
We are at Stonehenge. Right now we are currently sitting at the cafe because we are seeking shelter from the windstorm out there. Thankfully it's not raining, but it's about, I want to say, mid-40s, but because of the wind chill factor, it feels like it's in the 20s out there.
Yeah, it's also nice.
The
quite long days, so it's quite nice to have some.
wind miles per hour was like, I don't know, it's like 30 miles per hour out there. I could not vlog. We couldn't really even take pictures, or we could only stand still just to take a quick photo. Thankfully, they mostly came out fine because it was like run and gun. Stop, take a picture, fast walk. Stop, take a picture, fast walk. So it took us to walk the whole circumference of the route. What was that, like less than 30 minutes? This is the second time I've visited Stonehenge. The first time was, I believe, spring into summer, or the beginning of summer. I think it was during the Olympics. The first time I visited, and it was windy then, but it was tolerable. But wow, holy wow. Look at me. I look like I went to the Arctic, and I thought I was prepared. Even if this is the second time that I've been here, it's still pretty awesome. Very magnificent prehistoric site. I mean, if for someone like me who's living in 2019 going to 2020, I can't imagine living back then or being one of these prehistoric men and women that had to brave the elements in what? Just the clothes off their back, really. I don't know how they withstood the elements. So that, coupled with really basic tools, it still blows your mind. We are now at Avebury. So these standing stone circles are supposed to be older than Stonehenge. However, they've been left sort of in its elements and not being preserved as rigorously or aggressively as Stonehenge. So for these stone circles, you can go up to it and touch it. So pretty cool. And it is still windy and it's still pretty cold out here. So forgot my gloves, so now I'm freezing, and thank you to Darwin who's holding the camera and taking this video. So we are now at the town of Lacock, which is about 30 minutes away from Bath. And this village is basically one gigantic Hollywood set under the auspices of English heritage, meaning they take care of all the buildings even though there are locals living in this town. And behind me is the oldest building of the town, about 300 years old, I believe. And they have a really cute bakery around here, the Lacock Bakery. And I bought a minced pie, which I don't think I've ever had. So this is the first time I'm gonna try one. Let me take out the hair in my mouth. I think they're all fruits, definitely, and it looks like it's mostly raisins in there. So let's see. It's a fruit tart.
I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, and that's what we do.
Our last stop is Bath. We just had our afternoon tea at the oldest building in Bath, and we sort of quickly walked through the Bath Christmas market. Probably wondering why. We do have time to look around the Christmas market, but you will have to stay tuned on why we cut it short. And we are back in London. Behind me is the famous Museum of Natural History, where every year around the winter season or for the holiday season they put up the ice rink. I would love to join them right now, but we just came from a full day of tour, so we're just gonna sit back and watch everybody else ice skate. Maybe next year. At least, definitely at some point in time, I'm gonna do this. For tomorrow, we have a jam-packed day and we are venturing out of London. So it's going to be another early day tomorrow. So we're just going to head back to our hotel. Probably pick up something along the way.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling.